I will show you how I create this eye look. For this eye look, I use these two eyeshadow palettes, and I use from Spice Edition this shade and this shade. From this one I use these three shades. So the first thing is Spice Edition. I put this shade in the crease. With, like I always do, first I place the shade and then I blend. Without any product left on the brush, I smooth the edges. Now I go to the color eyeshadow palette and I pick this shade with a brush, like this. It's similar to the other one, but it has it's a bit more flat. And I place the shade in the outer half. This outer half, place this shade, and then I flip the brush, just flip it. On the other side, I will pick this shade and I will, because it has some glitter in it, I will just press the shade on the lid. And when they meet, I will flip the brush and swipe a tiny bit so they can be blended. I will complete the eye look with the concealer and powder, and I'll be back with another shade. With this type of brush that is a tiny bit thinner, I will place this shade on the lower lash. I will pick product. If I need, I will go back and I will place it just right here. For the pop of color. We'll go back. I will put concealer, good, mascara, and I'll be back. For the inner corner highlighter and under the brow bone, I have something here because I didn't let it dry. I need to let it dry and flick it with my finger because I'm using this mascara that is washable. So you can use either one of the whites, but because I just only use one shade, I will use another shade as well. So I will pick this. This is more a pearl finish. The other one is kind of a more metallic, so you can use either one. I will place this shade in the inner corner and I will grab tiny bit more and I place it under the brow bone, just like this. What do you think? Is alright? This formula is kind of a tiny bit, it didn't dry, so let's pretend that it's dry. And this is, like I said, the final eye look. Do you like blue? So this is for you. If you don't like, maybe you can change the color and make it your own. Also, I am not applying any sort of eyeliner or anything in this case on the lower lash. So for this look, basically I used 4 shades, but actually it's 2 shades on the lid and 2 shades as a highlight, so it's kind of actually 2 shades because you can use the highlight that you put on your that you will put on your face. The first thing, I will use this palette, the color that is blue. So what I'm going to do is very careful. I really prime and I will place this shade. This one will take a tiny bit more time because of the blending. So this shade I need to place it higher, but because I haven't set the concealer, it will be a tiny bit more difficult to blend. So it will kind of, in a moment, I will need to kind of set. So I will use a powder also in this eye look because I need to set the blue. So once I place all the blue, I will go with the brush and the powder. This is the other eye looks I filmed. This is the first one that I used this. So, and I will set this area so it can be a tiny bit easy to blend. So I will just put a tiny bit on top so it can be easy to blend as well. Not only just right above it, just, I mean, if I continue my face above and then on top of the shade. I will grab the brush without anything more than what already had on, and I will try to have those edges blend. I will take some of that shade of the brush and I will have kind of removing a tiny bit of that shade when I blend it. As this brush would get some of the shade, I need to blend this edge only, so it can be a tiny bit more blown away. I will intensify this side if I have to, but I think it is okay because afterwards I will clean this part and I will make it that sharp-ish line. So if I want, I will go back with the same brush on with the blue, just on the lid, not in this area, on the lid. I will intensify the shade. Great. In this eyeshadow palette, I have this beautiful silver. It's not gray, it's silver. This is the shade that I used. I want to show you. And again, I haven't set my eyelid, so if I press the color, I can have a max effect. Of course, you can wet your brush with a setting spray or anything and make this even more vibrant. What I'm going to do is I will flip the brush, but without anything. I will go over the blue, and this too, I need to get the silver up here. And without anything on the brush, I will blend, flip. I will put a tiny bit what is remaining on the brush. Remaining. I don't know why I said I remaining. I'm sorry. Sometimes my English gets a tiny bit weird. So the silver and the blue are blended together. I will grab a tiny bit more of the silver. I will grab a tiny bit again of the blue, so I can intensify the blue a tiny bit if for some reason blended. I can go there, and I will finish the eye. And now I will use these two shades, combine, and I will just hit this part. I'll mix again. I will just add a tiny bit more here. And basically that's the look. You like it, you don't.